let's just call a spade here. Accountability is like raid to roaches for a lot of you Negroes. You absolutely hate it. The second somebody tells you, hey, you know what? You could have done better on it. Well, how can you say that? You ain't in my position. You don't know my life. You don't understand what the heck. You don't know me from this. There's a lot of talk on the internet nowadays about the importance of Black unity. And while I think that's important, I also am reminded of what my grandfather would say, which is before you go trying to clean up the block, you might want to start with your own house. I contend that Black unity begins at home, starting with something we should call executive function. Truth is, we keep trying to build community outcomes without managing our own homes first. If you are married and you are acting like two ships in the night with your spouse, I don't want to hear a damn thing about unity. If you don't know the names of your kids' teachers and the subjects they teach, I don't want to hear a damn thing about unity. If you don't understand what is happening around your family structure, you don't have time to police the rest of the world. See, Black people have gotten hooked up with algorithms and dopamine, and they continue to focus on things that do not matter while neglecting and ignoring the things that actually do. That's backwards. That's like putting perfume on after you've run a marathon and you smell like balls. I stopped there because I needed you to understand that's what you're doing. You're putting sweetness on top of funk and wondering why nobody wants to be around you. We keep talking about love and Black love and unity and all these concepts, but love without structure is vibes. And the truth of the matter is we'd rather deal with charismatic people and sound bites than we would want to deal with actionable information. And by the way, let's just call a spade here. Accountability is like raid to roaches for a lot of you Negroes. You absolutely hate it. The second somebody tells you, hey, you know what? You could have done better on it. Well, how can you say that? You ain't in my position. You don't know my life. You don't understand what the heck. You don't know me from this. I don't have to know you to know that your situation is jacked up. You will know the tree by the fruit that it bears. You dig? But you don't want to hear that because that sounds too much like you having to do some work, some processing, some actual accounting of the things that you could improve for yourself. See, God forbid you try to make yourself better. God forbid you try to do something that is going to move the needle for you and your family for generations. Let's just start with basic stuff. How you want to talk about unity and how much you care about your community and your family when every time we turn around, somebody in your family has died, and the first thing that we see is either, if you like what I kick right here on I Never Knew TV, you are absolutely going to love this live masterclass I'm doing coming up soon. All the details are in the description, and you can sign up for absolutely free. It is a no BS masterclass on how you can build a six-figure high-ticket business. Register now. It's on Zoom. Nothing's being held back. And click the link in my bio on Instagram at The Business Bully. GoFundMe or a fish fry, because I guess along with accountability, you're also allergic to insurance, whether it is term or whole life. Is that a thing? Who's the most uninsured group in America? Oh, wait, it's Black people. You do realize, aside from the Industrial Revolution and aside from the transatlantic slave trade, the majority of the dominant society made their money through generational wealth found from life insurance premiums, actually paying out dividends. What a concept. You die and your family gets to benefit. But God forbid they benefit without you being here. Of course, you being here is beneficial, but when you are no longer here, God forbid you make sure that they were taken care of. But y'all the same people who spend $38 million every single week in the Black church who don't understand that passage that says that you're supposed to have an inheritance and leave an inheritance for your children's children's children. Hypocrisy from Black Christians? I'm tripping. So as opposed to dealing with the knuckle dragging mouth breathers in the comment section who are going to say, Dave, where's the shawushin? Here's your shawushin, morons. Let's make a list of the things that we can actually control. The Rock famously said, know your role and shut your mouth. There's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. There's too many generals and not enough soldiers. Someone has to understand that role definition is not cumbersome, nor is it restrictive. It's necessary in order to move the needle forward. It truly is. The fact that we don't have clearly defined roles, not only in our communities, but also in our households, is why our households are running amok and why our communities look like thrown up toilet paper. I don't understand. No. Let's move forward. Black people need to learn how to take constructive criticism. I'm sorry you're not perfect. I'm sorry, I don't care what your mama told you. You ain't that thorough. I also need you to understand that just because someone is criticizing you does not mean that they're automatically disrespecting you, especially when you don't demonstrate any type of self-respect to begin with. Sometimes somebody saying, hey, you got a booger in your nose is them simply saying that you have a booger in your nose and you might want to take a tissue and get it out. It does not mean that they think that you're nasty. It does not mean that they think you're contaminated. It does not mean anything other than you have a booger in your nose. Take it out. It's not any commentary on who you are as a person. It's just an observation made to save you from embarrassment. That's it. But we can't even do that. There used to be a point when if you messed up in school, the entire neighborhood knew and they would tend to you before your parents got to you. Now, everybody just minds their business unless, of course, there's an opportunity to do this. Because, y'all want to do this and say, World Star. We have become passengers in the vehicle called our lives. We're no longer in the driver's seat. You know who is in the driver's seat? YouTube, Instagram, other people's expectations, reality television, Andy Cohen, Donald Trump, whomever is not you. Everybody else is the issue. Everybody else is the problem, but you have yet to understand that the real problem is the fact that you have not shown up for you. And it permeates through every single aspect of your life. Black people need to learn how to communicate. I'm about to go Umar on you. Black people need to learn how to communicate. Black people need to learn how to communicate. Black people need to learn how to communicate. And let me explain something to you. If you can't say it in 10 words, don't say it. You have to start being clear with what it is that you're trying to convey. Say what you mean and mean what you say. It is that simple. Communication isn't just talking, it's listening. My grandmother would say, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you should listen twice as much as you talk. Period. Point blank. That's it. Listen to understand. Don't listen to reload. Some people listen just so that they can pick apart what someone is saying, as opposed to taking the core message that someone is saying and seeing if it has any relevance or practical application in their lives. Every conversation you have isn't going to be a pleasant one. That's okay. It's called being a grown-up. You should try it sometime. Black people need planning and follow through. Planning and follow through. Not just planning, because a lot of y'all are sitting around here talking about Gunna like it's Chloe Bailey's ex-boyfriend. No, all of you with Gunna in your mouth need to stop. What you going to do? You're going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm fixing to do this. No. Also, I have traced your DNA and found that you are from the legendary West African Mbatu tribe. I'm about to write that book. I'm about to lose weight. I'm about to go to the gym. You need to stop and reject your lineage from the Mbatu tribe to the I'ma do it tribe, the I'ma did it tribe. How about the I done did it already tribe? Can you do that? No, you can't. You keep making plans, but your follow through sucks. It's like you get all dressed up to go play baseball and then you show up with a football and wonder why you can't score a home run or a touchdown. Your follow through needs more follow through. You have no focus. That's the problem. You've got to start doing what it is that you say you're going to do expeditiously, like I'm T.I.'s thesaurus. This is a big one. Black people don't want solutions. You love saying you want solutions in the comment section, but you really don't. We need to start focusing. Black people, communities, and families need to start focusing on not just stating the issue, but coming up with actionable, actual solutions to the problem so that we can make progress. But we love singing them old Negro spirituals. Y'all been overcoming since Martin was talking about what he wanted to do with his dream. At what point are you actually going to come over and make some things happen so that you can overcome. I'm just curious. Problem solving should be at the top of your list. We already know what the problems are. The solutions come from taking time, taking your skills, taking someone else's skills, combining them like some Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and getting done. In my book, The Real Black Agenda, I talk about the power of the kitchen table, how we need to start treating our children like heirs and not just liabilities, that the family is the first corporation. The majority of corporations in America are family-based corporations. The dinner table is the boardroom, and you need to understand what's happening in the business called your last name. But too many of us are playing for our first name, and that in and of itself is the problem. The solution is to get out of your own way, practice radical selflessness, and find out what is going on under your roof. Because this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where we stop talking about regular everyday things and start talking about extraordinary solutions to extraordinary problems. Until we get there, until we have a sense of community, strategy, until we have better communication, and until we are willing to not only state the problem, but work actively together to solve the problem, first individually, then with your family, then with your block, then with the world, we will continue to be perpetual victims, not because anybody is victimizing us, but because we decided to lay down like welcome mats and let the world walk all over us and then complain about it. If you've got a question for Ask Dave Anderson, you can email me, dave@businessbullyshow.com. Make sure you comment and rate, subscribe right here on I Never Knew TV and the Business Bully YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.